Metropolis. Clark Kent stands inside the newsroom of the Daily Planet, narrating quietly to himself, "This is the day the planet blew up." But he doesn't mean Earth, not literally. What's blowing up is the Daily Planet itself, into a multimedia empire. With satellite offices now extending from Gotham to Themyscira, they'll be managing global news, fact-checking major platforms, and overseeing 24/7 cable channels. The woman behind this transformation? Imani Edge. Recently divorced from media tycoon Morgan Edge, Imani now controls several major outlets, and she's chosen the Daily Planet as the cornerstone of her growing media empire. She believes the world's greatest threat isn't war, disease, or climate change. It's misinformation. And she's about to hand the reins of this revitalized empire to none other than Lois Lane, naming her editor-in-chief. Lois is graceful in the spotlight, but in the crowd, Clark Kent remains quietly observant, until trouble stirs. In a flash, literally, he's gone. Because while the world shifts under the weight of new media, Clark still has a job to do. The moment he hears chaos outside, he rips open his shirt and Superman takes flight. In the streets, Metropolis PD is locked in a high-speed chase. Intergang goons blaze away with alien weapons, and the officers are barely hanging on. One officer shouts for backup. But backup is already here. In a blue and red blur, Superman arrives. Down on the street, police officers read the Miranda rights to two arrested criminals, one of whom still has something to say. Yeah, I know all that," the man mutters, cuffed and bruised. "But there's something I gotta say to Superman." Superman, holding him by the shirt, replies calmly, "I'm all ears." The criminal's face softens. "Remember last week? You stopped that giant ape from Crucian Star City? Titano?" Superman nods. "Yes, I do." The man glances at the ground. "Well, my Aunt Dottie lives in Star City, so I just wanted to say, thanks." Superman offers a small smile. "Anytime." And just like that, he's gone, soaring through the sky. Back on the ground, his buddy teases him. "Dude, quit it, you're embarrassing me." "What? She's my favorite aunt," he shrugs. Superman flies through the sky, the wind parting before him as he reflects quietly. He knows this was supposed to be Lois's big day, her moment to shine at the Daily Planet. But for him, every day is someone's big day, a moment where everything can change in the blink of an eye. A scream pierces the quiet. "Help. Anyone. Please. It's my baby." Superman's flight cuts a red blur through the skyline. In seconds, he lands with a thud, just in time to stop a lion mid-pounce. The beast snarls, but Clark is gentle. "Easy, big fella," he says, holding the lion firmly as the terrified mother clutches her child behind him. "He'll be out of your space in a moment." He turns to the boy. "And you, son, what's your name?" "Alex." "Alex," Superman says with a soft smile, "let's go say hi to your mom." But there's no time to rest. The scene cuts to a tense commercial flight mid-air. Passengers cling to oxygen masks, panic brewing. The captain's voice does its best to soothe. "Everyone, this is your captain speaking. Please remain calm. We're going to get through this." And then he adds, "How do I know? Look to your left." Eyes widen. Superman hovers outside the aircraft, calm and steady. "Hey there," he says gently through the window. "Don't worry." And like that, he's gone, off to the next emergency. A building is engulfed in flames. Firefighters scramble below, staring up in disbelief as Superman darts into the smoke. "You're going to be..." His voice is cut off by a whoosh. Seconds later, he reappears, soaring over the ocean, lifting an entire boat out of the water, full of terrified civilians. He gently lowers it to safety. "All right," he declares. Superman doesn't pause. There's always someone to save. And he's already on the move. As Superman soars through the sky, something changes. The city is quiet, eerily peaceful. No cries for help. Just the soft hum of life in Metropolis. Superman smiles to himself. "I live for moments like this." Down below, a young woman with green hair strums her guitar on a bench, her voice singing softly, blue skies all over Metropolis, and no signs of any apocalypse. She plays with joy, not knowing who listens from above. Superman hovers for a second longer, basking in the calm. She keeps singing, "I don't know why I believe I can fly, it's just that kind of day." Landing quietly beside her, Superman reaches into his belt and drops a bill in her open case. "Hi," he says gently. "I just wanted you to know. I listen to every new song that's out there. And yours is really good. Hope to hear more from you." Her eyes widen in disbelief as she clutches the tip. "Thanks," she whispers. And just like that, he's gone again, streaking across the sky like a comet made of hope. But peace is short-lived. The next moment, his Justice League communicator crackles to life. A warning. A disaster. Justice League Watchtower to Superman. "Come in." Superman responds immediately, "Superman here." "What is it, Watchtower?" Red Tornado's voice comes through. "We're detecting an extinction-level event. An asteroid of phenomenal size is heading straight toward Earth. With the rest of the League off planet, we need you on this one." Superman's expression hardens. "Seems fishy to me." Red Tornado explains, "According to my short-range scans, the surface of the asteroid is pure inertron. Highly reflective, impossible to scan through. Practically unbreakable." Superman nods. "We're lucky you detected it at all. Good work, Tornado. I'll take it from here." He streaks off into space, toward the unknown. As he nears the massive object, he studies it closely. Inertron, he thinks, a naturally occurring substance. But it won't be mined or forged by anyone in this sector until the Century 31. So why is it here, now? He shakes off the thought. Questions for another day. Right now, all that matters is stopping this near-invulnerable mountain of death. He rockets toward the asteroid with all his strength. And just as he makes contact, the truth is revealed. What? Only the top layer was inertron, he realizes. A thin sheet, less than a micron, easily destroyed. But underneath, it's all solid kryptonite. And the real pain begins. Superman says, it's solid kryptonite. He's floating in space, staring at a massive green asteroid barreling toward Earth. "I let you all down. You're all going to die. And now everyone on my adopted world will be..." But he cuts himself off. "No, don't do this, Clark. There's no time for self-doubt." He refocuses. Once the rock hits Earth's atmosphere, they'll have just 12.8 seconds before impact. He needs to slow it down, but first he has to know. Where is it heading? Then he hears it. Heartbeats. Over 16 million. There. Rio de Janeiro. He locks on, seeing the people below looking up in panic, kryptonite fragments already falling. And he makes a promise, "Don't worry. You're going to be all..." But then the pain hits. Kryptonite energy engulfs him. His body screams in agony. "I've never felt pain like this before. It's killing me. But I can't let go. Whatever it takes, I have to hold on. I have to." And then the memories rush in. He sees Krypton. His parents, Jor-El and Lara, saying goodbye. "Farewell, my son." The explosion. The rocket. His earliest memory, Krypton dying. His life flashes before his eyes. He remembers Earth, Kansas, Jonathan and Martha, Kentucky. Ma, Pa. They look so young. Back on the Kent farm in Smallville, everything felt ordinary, until it didn't. Clark's powers started showing in unexpected ways. He lifts a tractor like it weighs nothing, finds a lost ring in burning ashes without flinching, and soon enough, he's floating in the air while Pa holds a rope like he's just teaching him how to ride a bike. "You got this, son." Just like riding a bike. When Clark questions the need for glasses, Pa kneels beside him. "So, you and Mom want me to wear these? To hide who I really am. It's so they can see you for who you are, son. Beyond your powers." Even then, Pa saw the bigger picture. Later in the school hallway, Clark walks beside Lana and Pete, laughing. From the corner, a young Lex Luthor watches them in silence, arms crossed. Clark always tried to blend in, even though deep down he knew he wasn't like the others. One day, Pa takes him to the barn and uncovers the ship that brought him to Earth. "This may look like a rocket ship," he says, "but it's not. It's a basket. From the moment we opened it, you were our son." Clark touches the ship, and in that moment, memories come flooding in. The language of his birthplace. The knowledge of how to build a fortress. It showed him everything, his lineage, his house, his culture. Ma helps him into a suit with a proud smile. "Oh, this is perfect. It brings the whole thing together. Now hold still." With time, Clark embraces both his worlds. And through it all, one friend never left his side. "Krypto," he laughs as the dog pounces on him, tail wagging. Eventually, new friendships formed. Teenagers from other worlds, each with special powers. The Legion of Superheroes. "Ma, is it okay if I go with the guys to the Century 31 for a while? Be back by 9. Remember, it's a school night. And you've got chores tomorrow." They showed him a future filled with hope. Endless possibilities. And somehow, he inspired them too. In that radiant tomorrow, he stands before a golden monument built in his honor. "Whoa, is that supposed to be me? This is the Centennial Monument, Clark." a voice explains. Dedicated to the greatest hero, possibly the greatest man to ever live, Superman. He will bring the people of every world together, in peace. Clark tilts his head, stunned. So, sometime in my future, I get an eagle? One of the Legionnaires once tried to erase that memory. But some ideas, they're just too big to forget. Over time, Clark couldn't shake the weight of his destiny. It was time for Superboy to go away. He needed to walk the earth, learn all he could, and become the best version of himself. He owed it to everyone. He owed it to the future. Holding Ma and Pa tight, he tells them, I think this is why I have these powers, Pa. But know this, wherever I go, you two are my home. You're my entire world. But he never stopped. He kept helping people even when no one knew it was him. Lois's headlines began stacking up. Guardian Angel saves drowning man. Good Samaritan lifts car off mother of two. Mystery man takes bullet for mayor, then disappears. Blue blur pulls fallen man off subway tracks. Clark kept pushing forward, always trying his best, but knowing he could do better. He had all the resources he could ever need. But to meet this challenge, he realized he needed a better view of the planet. And maybe the planet needed a better view of him. Cut to Perry White slamming a paper on the table. Listen up. We've got the story of the century, all thanks to our new star reporter, Clark Kent. The newsroom bursts into cheers. Jimmy holds out a photo proudly. Golly, thanks, Mr. White. And thanks for that photo, Jim. No, thank you for telling me what roof to wait on. Best picture I've ever taken. You just got yourself a pal for life, Mr. Kent. Lois eyes him suspiciously. I'll give you credit, Kent, for figuring out the blue blur was your hometown hero, Superboy. But that's the only time your middle-of-nowhere contacts will help you, Smallville. Clark smiles and turns to Lois. Ms. Lane? You're the reason I took my story to the planet. To work with the best, and to learn from them. Lois smirks. Is that so? All right then, stick with me, farm boy, and try to keep up. That's when Clark knew. That was the moment he fell for Lois Lane. Cut to Lex Luthor looming over a press conference. Clark thinks to himself, I've never known anyone as confident, relentless, and most of all as fearless as Lois Lane. Lois calls out, Lex, now that Superman's setting up shop here, how's it feel knowing you're no longer the most powerful man in Metropolis? Lex snarls. That title is still mine, Ms. Lane. This Superboy is not one of us. He's a strange visitor from another planet. He does not belong here, and by tonight I shall have my proof. Clark storms into Luthor's lab. Why, Lex? Why have your men attacked me all across the city? People could have been hurt. Lex grins. It was a ploy to lure you here. I have a gift for you, Superboy. A gift from home. Not Smallville. Krypton. Lex pulls out glowing kryptonite. This is your one chance, Kel. Confess. Why are you here? To invade us? Study us? Destroy us? Why? Clark drops to one knee, pain surging through him as Lex shouts. That was the moment the schism began. Lex would never understand why someone with so much power would use it to help others, and not to empower themselves. He can barely keep his eyes open, but there's relief in his voice. He whispers, did it, slowed the asteroid enough. His body begins to drift, weak, breaking down under the kryptonite's poison. It'll splash down out at sea, far away from. But then his enhanced senses catch something. A sound, a heartbeat. No, 37 of them. He zooms in, locking onto a remote fishing village. No. The vision is clear now. A handful of people in a boat. They won't stand a chance. I can change this rock's course, one more time. His body is wrecked. But there's no hesitation. This is going to hurt. And then he dives back in. In his mind, memories swirl. I've come full circle. The faces of every threat he's ever faced rise before him. The Phantom Zone prisoners. The Thief of Candor. The twisted minds of Brainiac, Darkseid, and Toyman. Every monster. Every nightmare. Even Doomsday. But none of them ever haunted him like Krypton's destruction. I never escaped the explosion of Krypton. It was always out there, waiting for me. And yet, amid the chaos, the flashbacks soften. But in the meantime, the adventures I had, the friends I made. He sees them, his allies. Zatanna, Flash, Hawkman, Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Martian Manhunter, Batman. And the family I found made this journey more than worth it. One memory rises above all. Clark kneels before Lois, a ring in his hand. I don't need an answer right now, he says softly. She smiles, tears in her eyes. Clark, I've already decided. Yes. His father's words echo in his mind. You were right about the glasses, Pa. Lois saw who I really was. As Clark. She was fine with the rest. And in that brief moment of time, everything felt perfect. Until the sky cracked open once more. Until doomsday. Superman lies broken in Lois's arms, his cape tattered, the sky behind them still heavy with ash. Until the day I died. His voice carries not just pain but finality. Others had risen to take his place. The armored man, the clone, the cyborg, but none were him. In the end, it was a twist of his Kryptonian biology and the miraculous science of his people that brought him back from death. And when he returned, this monument was waiting for him. Whoa. The Centennial Monument, he whispered. Glowing golden. Erected in his honor, after his death. He remembers all of it now. I never did get that eagle, he says with a soft smile. Without even meaning to, he'd done it. Lived up to his destiny. And in doing so, he was finally free. Now he was free to live the life he'd always dreamed of. To marry Lois. To walk out of that chapel with the woman who had challenged him, believed in him, and loved him beyond the cape. To become a father, guided by Pa's lessons, and raise a boy of his own. Jonathan Samuel Kent. If that had been all he'd done on Earth, that would have been enough. You are everything to your mother and me, he once told John. But fate had other plans. When forces ripped John from their lives, and then brought him back years older, Superman looked into his son's eyes and said the words he had carried in his heart for too long. Mom. Dad. I'm home. And deep inside, Clark knew that would always be his greatest regret. The days he'd lost. The time he would never reclaim. I wanted every one of those days back, he thought. Though I'm grateful for every moment I've had since. But now, hovering above Earth with the Kryptonite asteroid pressing against his palms, Superman speaks again. John. Wherever you are, I hope you can hear me. His words are heavy, deliberate. Tell your grandparents how much I love them, that they were the best parents a son could ask for. He holds back the tears. Tell your mother, she was the love of my life. And I wish, more than anything, I could see her one more time. His voice cracks. The radiation digs deeper. Remember, son. Superman doesn't win all the time. That's not what being Superman is about. It was a good life. He grits his teeth as the green light intensifies. Carry on for me. Look out for all of them. They can be a good people, Jonathan, if you let the sky shatters. The asteroid explodes in a blinding storm of light and fire. Superman wakes up, eyes wide open, gasping, confused, disoriented. I'm alive? Oh, where? Before he can finish, he hears it. Krypto? The loyal dog leaps onto the bed, tail wagging, barking happily. Krypto nuzzles against him, licking his face, unable to contain his joy. Superman smiles and reaches out with both arms to hug his best friend. Professor Haley steps forward with a reassuring voice. Yep. He hasn't left your bedside for weeks. Clark looks around, taking it in. Professor Haley? I'm on the Justice League watchtower, in the med bay. Still petting Krypto, he pauses and asks. You said weeks. How long have I been out? 3 months, Superman. Which means there are a lot of people waiting to see you. He turns and shouts. Everyone, he's up. Moments later, the door bursts open. Lois, John, and Martha rush in, followed by a breathless Clark, from all three. Thank heaven. Lois cries, tears in her eyes. Clark blinks in disbelief. Tell me you haven't been here the whole time too? Lois smiles through it. I did it from here remotely. What? You think I couldn't pull that off? Clark chuckles. You're Lois Lane. You can do anything. Then he pulls John into a hug. Hey Dad, I want you to know, I heard you. All of it. And now you owe me a few years. And 3 months. John smiles. Deal. Clark turns to embrace Martha. Sorry I was away for so long, Ma. She replies warmly, Don't worry, dear. It's not like I didn't see you every day. Jonathan Kent joins them and pulls Clark into a proud hug. Knew you'd pull through, son. Never doubted it for a moment. Standing in the doorway, Bruce and John look on. Bruce says calmly, It's good to have you up and about, Superman. John adds, Amen to that. Clark's eyes narrow in surprise. Pa. Wait, what am I doing over there? They all turn as Clark looks across the room, and sees a perfect doppelganger standing silently behind them. In the next room, surrounded by the League, Diana, Barry, Zatanna, Shazam, Cyborg, Big Barda, cheers erupt. Welcome back, old friend. Looking good. Way to go, Big Blue. Well met, Kryptonian. Clark smiles, overwhelmed. Thank you. It's so good to see all of you. Then Batman steps up quietly. Come with me. There's something you need to see. He leads Clark to a monitor and gestures. We're almost in geosynchronous orbit. Look down and use your X-ray and telescopic vision. Between here and Gotham Waste. Superman stares through the console, and his face goes pale. What do you see? His eyes widen. Great row. And then, Batman shows him the truth. The screens light up with a sight Superman never expected. An entire city built from kryptonite. Green. Radiant. Dangerous. This was the nation-state of El Calibro. While Superman slept, the world moved on. El Calibro rose as the wealthiest country on Earth. All because of the asteroid that nearly killed him. That asteroid was solid kryptonite. Batman explains it plainly, the global economy changed overnight. 3 months later, every nation, every power, is now dancing to the rhythm of a new world order, powered by a green rock. Connor and Kara appear, their faces changed, their suits hardened. Clark sees the shift in their eyes. Connor says, "For us, this is the new normal." Superman asks, "What happened to you?" Connor just shrugs. Anyone can get their hands on kryptonite now. The League of Kerberos, the Sons of Kor-El, even the League of Shadows. It's everywhere. Kara adds, "All of our jobs got harder, cuz." Superman struggles to grasp it. "Then we'll find a way to fix it. We always have. Until then, we hold the line." Connor pushes back. "Easy for you to say, big guy. You're a secret weapon." "What? No one told you." He snaps his fingers. "Allow me." Spectrometer. Lights. And when the light hits Superman, the truth is revealed. His entire body glows. Gold. Batman says it aloud. 3 months ago, a mountain of kryptonite fell on you. You should have been crushed. Poisoned. Atomized. He looks right at him. This is how you survived. Superman stares at his own hands. Shimmering. Transformed. What? Behind him, Connor and Kara can barely believe it either. A new Superman has risen. That was the story, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. See you next time.